And Shawn, man, too, I gotta just talk to you about Errol Spence. Is that fight pretty much for certain next?
Yeah, better be. Yeah, I signed, and I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on them to tell me when. I'm training, and I will be ready for that fight.
What Shawn Porter do you think we get on fight night? Because we seen the boxer against Ugas.
Yeah.
You won that fight using great lateral movement.
Yeah.
Outboxed him.
Yeah.
But then the Shawn Porter we usually see is the guy who gets in there toe to toe.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go to war with Errol Spence? You plan on taking him to war, or you gotta be? You think this is a guy you gotta be real smart for?
The more and more my fight with Ugas has gone by, and the more I've assessed it in my head and all that kind of stuff. I even went up to Coach Wade just last week on the track, and he looked at me and I said, "Man, I still wish I had took it to him a lot more than I did." And he said, "Listen, man, you followed the game plan. That was all you were supposed to do, was follow the game plan." I'm like, "Yeah, but I know the fight would have been more exciting. I know I would have probably landed bigger shots and so on and so forth." Moving forward, man, it's a learning lesson that, even though you have a game plan, even though you have a certain style that you're working on, at some point, you're going to have to reach back and pull up other styles and other techniques into play at certain moments in the fight. And you just got to know what those moments are, So I definitely think that you're going to get the best Shawn Porter you've ever seen against Errol Spence.
Yeah, because I imagine you can't just go in there toe-to-toe for 12. You got to mix it up, do different things at different times.
Yeah.
But it does seem like your wheelhouse is up close.
Yeah.
So
I think I have a good understanding of how to fight like that. I have a good understanding of how to get up close on the guy and rough him up and stay close enough to him so that he can't hit me, and then also be able to get my punches off. And by no means am I fully there. If we had to call that a style and I had to put a percent on it, I'm 70% of what I could be at that style. Even my boxing ability in my last fight and being able to punch and move and things like that, 75%. You know what I mean? Everything has to get better and be at its best against Errol Spence.
With Errol Spence, it seems like you looked at Kell Brook, Mikey. These are guys that try to stay away from him. How do you think he'll respond if you come to him? How do you think he'll respond to that?
You know what? I want to see how he's going to respond with me coming to him, and then I want to see how he's going to respond when I move. This is going to be the fight of a lifetime, man. Not only for myself, but for fans, for boxing fans. You're going to get a hell of a fight. You thought Keith Thurman versus Shawn Porter was something. You got styles make fights. Orthodox fighter against a southpaw. Both probably more than likely going to want to be aggressive. Both more than likely going to want to establish and say, "Yo, this is my ring. I'm the dog tonight." I just think top to bottom this is a great fight, and I'm looking at dominating Errol Spence. Most people would say you're out of your mind. I'm all right with that. I'm looking at dominating Errol Spence. He's been the dominant one in every fight that he's had. Every fight that I've seen, he's been dominant. I appreciate it. I respect it. It's my turn.
When you say great fight, it's so awesome for the fans to watch. But what a great fight really means is two guys in there possibly risking concussion. Right. How do you feel about that for not just yourself but your fan? When you're about to get into a fight where that it's about to be hell on both of you.
And that's why I also say I want to dominate Errol Spence. Because if I'm dominating him, I'm making him miss. So I when I say I want this to be a great fight, man, I'm talking, the defense that has been, has the best defense there's ever been. Also the best offense that there's ever been. The best power that there's ever been. Coming from Shawn Porter, I know I have the ability, and I'm already working. And I'm just, I feel extremely blessed just to be where I'm at. And I got a good feeling. My heart never lies to me. So I got a good feeling.
It sounds like you're ready to put together your magnum opus. They say that's an artist's masterpiece work. Where it all culminates, everything they've been working on.
For sure. I really do see that because of how much I've been through in the ring, and I feel like they're all just like pieces to the puzzle. And I feel like this is that last big piece, for this fight, to really, you talk about me fighting differently in certain fights and showing this but not showing that. I just think that this is the one time you're gonna get it all. Yeah.
What do you think, though, that despite being the prestigious champion, the green belt, the WBC champion, that you're essentially getting counted out almost against Errol Spence?
It's okay. He's young. He's vibrant. The sport is in a different place now, where social media means a lot. Sometimes the things you do outside of the ring means more than what you do in the ring. And again, he's been so dominant. When a guy is that dominant, you just say he can't lose, and I get that. But I'm me, so I do think otherwise. I feel otherwise. And I know it's not a facade. I know I'm not tricking myself, I even said it, man. I hate to sound exactly like Mikey Garcia, because Mikey really believed in himself, but hey, this is me,
Is that the warrior spirit we call?
It's really is everything, man. It's the warrior spirit. It's the warrior spirit. It's the intelligence that I have to want to get better and want to understand the right combination to beating Errol Spence. A lot like Keith Thurman, when him and I fought, I really want to be the one to give Errol Spence his first loss. I want to teach Errol Spence a lesson, a boxing lesson, and maybe even some life lessons along the way. We'll see.
Because you are good at doling out those as well, not just boxing lessons.
Yes, sir.
And just to close on the Spence fight that everybody would love to see.
Yeah.
Did you see any weaknesses in him? I'm not even asking if you'll share them. I mean, that'd be great. But do you see anything that, when you watch him up close in Texas, that you said?
The funny thing about Errol Spence is he hates that I'm around. I don't know
why you say that.
I don't know why you hate that I'm around, but I'm here. He hates that I'm around.
Why do you say that?
It is what it is.
I mean, just to play devil's advocate, it's another great opponent for him to fight. Why wouldn't he want Shawn Porter around?
He hates that Shawn Porter is a champion. He hates that it's not just Errol Spence that people talk about. They also talk about Shawn Porter. He hates that I'm on TV. He hates that I'm at every fight that he's at. He hates that I'm interviewing him. He hates my smile. I know he does. He hates that I talk so well on TV. I'm here.
Well, it's interesting, man, because they could talk all they want about Crawford and Spence deservedly, but like I said, you're holding the green belt.
Yeah.
So they got to talk about Shawn Porter.
Gotta talk about Shawn Porter. You can't help but see me, man. I'm here.